I pay $54,000 a year to be part of a private mastermind group that both Alex Hormozy and Dan Martell have been a part of. And last Wednesday, I heard the real Brian Mark talk, who does $10 million a year in his coaching business for personal trainers. And the talk was for 90 minutes. And in this video, I'm going to break you down the 8 biggest takeaways I got from that talk and what I'm going to apply into our business as well. If you don't know who I am, my name's Matthew Lakajev. I've got about 61,000 followers on LinkedIn. I help businesses, small businesses, add $30,000 plus a month on LinkedIn through organic content and DMs. I've generated about over 7 million impressions in the past year or so, and I currently coach over 600 small business owners to how to make 6 and 7 figures through LinkedIn organically on the platform. So I'm going to break down the 8 biggest takeaways I learned from hearing the real Brian Mark, and you should definitely see him on Insta. He does all his sales. He's got a 12-person sell by chat team, a 5-person closer team. He did $10 million last year. He posts 6 times a day on Instagram. I love his content. He's freaking amazing. He's a bit different to other people, but definitely follow him for definitely tips and advice. But let's break it down. So the first thing that I learned from Brian is that he only uses 3 different types of content. He has connection content, where he just talks about himself in different things to build relatability. He's also got proof content, where he just essentially shows client proof, but in weird and interesting ways. And then he uses value-based content, where he really helps people achieve an outcome. So if you scroll through his Instagram here, let's have a look, right? How to build your online biz in 2025, free course. That's a piece of value content. If we go here, he's got a random piece of video content that got 43,000 likes, right? So he's got a random piece. He actually used a viral content creator. I think her name's Adley. He paid her to actually get it done, which is pretty good. He's also got this one where he asks people to comment to get a free resource. And if I keep scrolling through, he's got another personal one. His content is absolutely epic. He does 6 posts a day, which is insane. He just upped it from 3 to 6, and he saw a massive increase in impressions over that period of time. But when you're putting out content, you want to connect with people so they see you as a real human. You want to give them proof that you can actually deliver results, and you actually want to deliver them value. So I'm going to show you a couple of things in my LinkedIn content, which does that as an example, right? And so what I'm going to steal from that is I'm essentially just going to steal the way and the frameworks that he uses based off this. I'm already doing a little bit of this stuff, right? So I did this post the other day. I'll zoom in where it says, it was actually yesterday, how I use ChatGPT to write viral lead magnet posts for free. I got this many leads from it last Thursday. Click the link to get access to this. You can get this at the link below as well if you want for free. Then I kind of walked through and gave the value. And then I used proof. I said my client actually booked 13 meetings in a week with this. I actually found out, we just got off a call, he booked 50 meetings in 14 days. And he doesn't even post in English. He posts in German, which is pretty insane as well. But this is an example of both value and proof combined in together. And then this one here, this is more kind of like connection / proof, where it's like I've broken down Lara Acosta and Chris Donnelly's. If you don't know them, you should definitely follow them. Their content, I said 3 things I agree with and 3 things I disagree with here, right? This one here, I talk about storytelling, how I rejected the CEO of a $423 million company, and it made me $400,000. Here's how. It's like storytelling, building value. I'm talking about my past so people get to know me. Here I talk about this is just straight value, how I book calls in the LinkedIn DMs, and I'm giving value at the end here. And so you can see throughout all this content, this one here is like a proof post, but it's also interesting. You want to weave in this, connection, proof, and value all between each other. And Brian does that best. And I'm definitely thinking now, each time I write content, I'm like, which elements is it including here as well? The next thing that Brian does is he sends PSCTAs in the DMs. What do I mean by this? If I go to LinkedIn, right, a way to engage people, and the same as Instagram, if someone follows you, if they view your profile, all that kind of stuff, they view your story, you can engage with someone. And so what I could do is I could go through my LinkedIn connection requests, right? And I could find people who are ideal clients. And so scroll down here. Ronnie, as an example, he might be an ideal client. And then I'll reach out to Ronnie and I'd say, oh shit, I fucked that up. I got to send him a connect. I got to accept it. Actually, no, I can accept it here, right? So I go to Ronnie's profile and then I can message Ronnie, right? And I would go, wow, I really can't click right now. So I'd be like, hey, Ronnie, cheers for sending me a connection request. Rest. Did you see my post about the viral lead magnets? Happy to share the book with you if you didn't get it. And so I also tried to understand what your profile says, but it's not in English. Lol. Cheers, Matt. And then I go for a PSCTA. PS, if you're looking to implement a system to generate 5+ warm leads a week on LinkedIn, let me know. Currently working with 623 small business owners on this. Happy to share. Cool. And so I've just gone, hey, thanks for sending me a connection request. I've personalized it. I've said something that's actually going to capture his attention. And then I've reached back out to him and just said, yo, if you're looking to implement a system and you want to do this, let me know. So I stole that PSCTA, and Brian uses Instagram messages to send messages here. So he's obviously in the Instagram inbox DMing people up here, which I don't do. I use LinkedIn. But he said since he's brought in this PSCTA system, it gets you tons more leads, and it's a way that you can not be as aggressive with people when you're reaching out to them, but also get their attention if they actually do need help pretty instantly as well. So that's the second thing I learned, which is pretty cool. The third thing I learned is that Brian has a media team, like dead set, full-time videographer, all that type of stuff on his team. That's how he can put out so much. I'm going to keep his profile open, right? That's how he can put out so much. Here it is. Amazing content. He's like, his best skill is content. He's a fucking beast. He's so good, right? And so what I'm going to steal from that, to be honest, is, where's my pen? So what I'm going to steal is I'm going to be hiring a videographer because I'm going to double down on content. I do some pretty cool stuff. I'm competing in High Rocks now. I live at home with my dogs. I go do fun stuff all the time. I live in Sydney, so it's pretty picturesque, right? So I'm going to steal and get a videographer. I'm going to apply that in our business because I really want up our content game, especially this YouTube game. Like, this video is okay, but like, can you imagine if I had like cool stuff happening and video editors and all that kind of stuff? But that was really, really cool insight. He's got like a dedicated media team like Hormozy and Martell, but he does 10 million a year. We do about 3.5 million a year now. So he's a bit further on than us, but he just said, man, I would just 100% all in on content. And I definitely agree. Number 4, he works harder on himself than the business. Like, he talks about like his morning routine that he's been doing for like 10 years. And it's not like ice baths and infrared saunas and all that shit. But I really believe that building a business is a personal growth journey. Like, I shit you not. Like, it's literally just going through and getting rejection after rejection and growing and building better as a person, prioritizing time. And that really stuck out to me. And it just made me think more and more like, you can never grow, like the business can never grow bigger than like essentially the capabilities of the entrepreneur or the personality of the entrepreneur itself. So like what I'm stealing from that is just the reminder of just keep doing it. And this year I set some big goals. I'm not telling anyone, I'm just keeping it to myself because I think if you tell people goals, you externalize it, you make it seem like it's real, so then you don't work as hard to achieve it. But like, I'm stealing that as a reminder because I think that's something that we all need to focus on as well. Number 5, he interviews successful clients. I actually just got off a call this morning where I interviewed one of our really successful clients, Josh Lohman. Josh, before we started working together, he did 3 rounds of layoffs at his business. He was really struggling, what to do with marketing. He tried Facebook ads. He tried all that stuff. We're actually giving away the recording for free. And he talked to me in about an hour. We went through how he got LinkedIn correct and how he grew his business from $1.8 million to $4.2 million as an agency as well. So his content pops off now. He's had a couple of viral lead magnets, one with 8,000 comments, another with 10,000, 5,000. Like he's a beast, Josh. Really, really good. And he scaled his business from $1.8 million to 4.2 just by using his LinkedIn account, like literally in our program. He hasn't even implemented everything, which is crazy. Mind you, he's also a weapon, but I interviewed him on the call, and then what I'd done is I'll cut that call up and I'll use it as content. And this was a reminder. Brian does this all the time. And I was like, man, I have to do this way more often, because I did a call with one of our clients, Tim Keane, who we did a call similar to, I call it a hot seat call, where I interview successful people in our program and we talk through and show everyone else like how they've done it, right? And so I interviewed Tim Keane. We helped Tim close $70,000 in 5 weeks using our system. And I essentially interviewed him on the call. And people got so much value from it. And when I was thinking about Brian, is he does tons of mini micro interviews and just layers proof everywhere. And although we have 400 testimonials, like I need to do more of these mini client interviews and testimonials and all that kind of stuff as well. So what I'm going to steal is I'm just going to do more of this stuff, literally more, more of it. And that's it. The next thing is he put a free course on his YouTube, like a dead set, ungated free course. I'll show you what it looks like. Let's pull it up here. And he said, honestly, leads just nurture the fuck out of themselves on this.
In this video,
so good,
I'm gonna
right?
break.
And like Brian doesn't even get that many views on his YouTube. He should get way more, man. Like his stuff's epic. I don't understand why. I feel like the algorithm is against him.
Video, I'm gonna
but
break
he's
down-
got here a whole online fitness crash course here. And he said, man, the leads from this are disgustingly good. Like he said, they're amazing. And what he's done, I've got different browsers. I swear I pay for YouTube. Is he says here, book a call with my team. But he has this free course down here. And what he does, if you've got questions that resonate with you, time to take action. So he essentially has a free course that he gives out to people, and you can watch it now. And then his leads get nurtured through this because they just book a call, right? Immediately, right? So let's go here. He's got down here. He's like, book a call directly with my team. I think he would actually explode this even more is if he gave away a free resource or something like that. And so what I'm stealing is, we've got a couple of sell by chat playbooks. You can get them all below. And I'm just going to give a free LinkedIn DM course and just put it on YouTube on just how to do it. But his one is like super well produced. It's like tons and tons of views. And if I look down here,
in this video, I'm going to break down how to.
Let me go back to here. Look at that. Fucking so good. Like it just looks so good, right? The online free course. And so like that's something I want to teach. I want to take some of our stuff in our program and then build a free course. So I'm just going to do the same thing as Brian. All right. Next up, we've got number 7. He used an intriguing question at the start of the chat. Let me remember what the question he said was. I wrote a post about this. So number 7 was Here we are. So he uses an intriguing question. Tell me a bit about you and why you got into online fitness coaching. So it just gives the person permission to vent, opens up about the situation. His team then responds with relevant questions. And so I could say to anyone who's like viewed my profile as an example or sent me a connection request, tell me a bit about you and what got you into wanting to start posting on LinkedIn as an example. So let's open up someone here. Let's find someone who's an ideal client. Let's say Clive, right? As an example. Hey, Clive. Clive. Thanks for shooting me a connection request. Did you see my post about the Lara Acosta and Chris interview breakdown? I had tons of fun writing that. And then I go here, and then I open up his profile, and then I can send something personalized. He probably isn't the best ideal client for me, to be honest, so that I'll just pretend that he is. And then I just go, I'd use an intriguing question. Also, saw you are not really posting on LinkedIn. This is probably a really bad example. So, and I say, yeah, that could be an intriguing question, right? Just, are you thinking about doing some stuff on here at all? That's probably a bad example, but using an intriguing question like here, which is like, tell me a bit about you and why you got into online fitness coaching. So I'd probably say to someone, tell me a bit about you and why you got into wanting to post content on LinkedIn as an example. So that was a really cool one, just as a conversation starter that I'll be getting our team to leverage and use as well. So steal it. I'm just going to copy it. The next one is he uses a cancellation form when a client leaves and asks them for feedback. And that just reminds me, I've got to implement one that Steve built. Steve leaving form. I got to get the team to actually implement that as well. But what he does is as people leave, he captures a whole boatload of information from these people, and then he uses that to better improve his program and his course. And he's actually helped 330 personal trainers all hit $10,000 a month, which is like absolutely amazing. So it's really helping make a massive impact for people. But using that cancellation form has allowed him to grow and enhance his program. And that's the 8 lessons I learned from Brian Mark, which is really cool, man. He's an absolute legend. Follow Brian Mark on Instagram here. Legend of a dude. Really, really cool. And as well, if you want to get some free resources, or give me a like and subscribe. And if you need to generate leads on LinkedIn, click the links below. I got free courses, free books, all that stuff. And just pinky promise me, though, that if you do start making money and you do start crushing it on LinkedIn, come work with me in our paid program afterwards. But I want to prove to you that the stuff works first. Peace out, guys. Hope you enjoyed the vid. Catch ya.